Commerce Bank Field at Foley Stadium in Worcester, Massachusetts. Charter TV3 presents live coverage of Central Mass High School football. Tonight, we kick off the 2017 season. It's the Doherty Highlanders hosting the Wachusett Mountaineers from the General's Den. High school football on Charter TV3. Hello, everyone. Welcome down to the field. Kevin Shea alongside of Andy Lacombe. And a lot of excitement around this season in general. A lot of excitement around this game. Two teams that have a lot of talent. Two teams that have a lot of guys that will be making their varsity debuts tonight. Both coaches very interested to see how these players handle the pressure and the spotlight.
It's the best week of the year, Kev. Everybody's undefeated. Hope is big for everybody, and the goals are all still there. You've got a team in Wachusett, big, physical, ground and pound guys, and you've got some size on this Doherty side as well, and we may see a little bit more aerial circus or an aerial attack from the Highlanders this year. It'll all play out, though, over the next 60, 75 minutes or so, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, certainly expecting some fireworks here tonight. It is Doherty and Wachusett. We're back with the opening kickoff right after this.
BayState Savings Bank brings you
Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking.
Ask for Kasasa by name at BayState Savings Bank, proud sponsor of the Friday Night Football Frenzy.
I'm District Attorney Joe Worley, and I'm proud to partner with Charter Communications with our pledge to help raise awareness that bullying should not be tolerated. From local school students, here is our message.
Delete cyberbullying. Don't write it. Don't forward it. Think twice what you type.
We need to foster safe environments for students in their schools and their communities. Join the anti-bully crusade. Take a stand to lend a hand. Don't be a bully.
Presented by the law offices of Joseph J. Corriglia.
Doors. Every door is different. Every door unique. And each one tells a story. Open a door at UNIBANK and you'll find a unique place. A bank where we listen to you and find answers. All to help you write your unique success story. Welcome to the new UNIBANK. Please, after you. UNIBANK. Bank different. Bank unique. Member FDIC. Member DIF. Equal housing lender.
Welcome back, everyone. Commerce Bank Field, Foley Stadium. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe. So glad you could join us tonight for the 2017 kickoff. Wachusett and Doherty. Doherty will kick it off. Cole Durkin back deep to receive for Wachusett. Both teams, Andy, both coaches, when we talked to them, talked about hanging on to the football. Said turnovers, penalties, field position. Both coaches said that. Those are the keys to this football game. Who makes the least amount of mistakes is going to win.
Partner, I got to tell you, I don't know who's more excited, you or the kids. Here we go.
I may be more excited. Here we go. And it's Durkin. Durkin to the 20. Durkin trying to get to the outside. Corralled and flung down at the 25-yard line. Good special teams tackle by John Forson after an 8-yard return.
Well, a lot of unknowns on the Wachusett offense. It starts with their quarterback, Melky Shabo, who enters, and Mike Dubzinski said, hey, we got a lot of juniors starting for the first time. We got a lot of sophomores. We got a lot of guys in different positions coming in for their first action. And there's Shabo, what he can do. He's an athletic kid, multi-sport guy. He's got a big offensive line in front of him.
Well, and that will make things a little bit easier for him. You're playing at the JV level last year. This year, the varsity level is a much different level. Guys are bigger, faster, stronger. First handoff, and the Doherty defense is right there. It'll go for a loss of 2 on the play. The Highlanders' front 7 is stout.
Yeah, and that's a big, big play. Chris Yaboa, he came over from Holy Name, and they are psyched to have him at Doherty. Big, physical, explosive presence on both lines for this Doherty Highlander team, and he got penetration in the backfield quick.
6'1", 270 pounds. Absolutely right about the excitement that this Doherty staff has about Yeboah. They got a lot of strength and a lot of size in that front seven for Doherty. Physical team. The handoff, and it's going to go for a gain of 2, but you're still a yard behind the line, so you're looking at 3rd down and 11, as that was Gavin Mainzo, a guy that has deceptive speed, Mike Dobzinski said, a taller running back.
A bigger kid, he plays basketball. Charlie Payson, the middle linebacker there for the Highlanders, stepped into the gap and made a nice tackle to keep them behind the chains. And there's actually a timeout called on the Wachusett side as Mark Peters needs to discuss things with his quarterback.
Yep, Mark Peters is over there talking things over right now with his quarterback, and I think he's either challenging his team or the official. I couldn't tell which. There is Sean Mulcahy, and boy, we can get into, as you look at Charlie Payson, his defensive captain, but Sean Mulcahy, what a great job he has done. 28th year as the head coach of the Doherty Highlanders. He played for Doherty, and he has been just outstanding for this program. And I don't think, honestly, I don't think he's ever taken home a paycheck that he gets for coaching Doherty. It all goes back into the program. It all goes back into the kids.
No question. Fortunate to have him. I think that's a newer jacket, though. I mean, because the 28 years, I think he was wearing the same maroon jacket for 28 years. That might be a little bit newer. Someone must have got him that.
That hat, too, that was just the maroon hat. Looked like the Kellogg's All-Stars, where they couldn't use the logos. Wachusett to the air, and it's intercepted. Picked off. Knee was on the ground, but it is picked off. Tejan Vassar. And boy, the coaches glow when they talk about Tejan Vassar and the work he put in the weight room in the offseason. Vassar put on 15 pounds of muscle. He was always quick, always strong. Now he's one of the strongest guys on the team.
Yeah, and it's a huge play early on. You know, mistakes are going to be the factor. Who limits the mistakes, and now who can capitalize on the mistakes? Huge gust just blew into our broadcast. There's a cold front coming through. I'm not a meteorologist, but this weather could get a little dicey for a little bit. A team that jumps out on top early could really, really have the edge.
Yeah, it's certainly one of those things that you score first and then you try to hold serve. And field position, turnovers, as we talked about and both coaches talked about. Well, the first turnover caused by the Doherty Highlanders. They have great field position. They start inside Wachusett territory and see if Doherty doesn't call a timeout here before running a play. Doherty's going to talk things over. Terry Wallace, the offensive coordinator.
Well, you still get like 600 timeouts in high school football, so Terry Wallace is an offensive mind. He's a quarterback, and he's a for a quarterback, he's the ideal guy to have as your offensive coordinator. He really worked hard in the preseason with Chris Schoen, the quarterback for the Doherty Highlanders. Hurt last year. Schoen, they're expecting big things out of him this year.
And he worked him hard, too. He was really hard on him. They go with a cross-buck trap and give it to Vassar. And that line doing a good job, getting a little hole for Vassar, and that's all he needs with his quickness. And that's what Sean Mulcahy said. I don't think in all my years coaching here, I don't think I've had a back that is as quick as Tejan Vassar. And that, man, they've had some good players and some good backs. And Isaac Yadam, we'll talk about his younger brother on this team, but Doherty is posed to have their third NFL player in the Sean Mulcahy era with Isaac Yadam, or Yadam, whichever you call him. Here's Schoen to throw. Knockdown.
Oh, nice
Great
job
defense.
in the backfield. Liam Griffin got there. He's a big body, and he got in there quickly and knocked that down.
He's like a Ryan McCarthy. McCarthy, a great player for Wachusett, a three-sport athlete. Liam Griffin's a three-sport athlete.
Here's the O-line for Doherty. Connor Bisnett, Sam Dua, Josh Brunell, Charlie Payson, and Chris Yeboah. Other than Yeboah, a lot of these guys played JVs together, and now they're reunited on the line. And Sean Mulcahy told us when they were the JVs, they really moved some people. They had a good line. They're excited to be back together and try to push some guys around this season.
5 wide receiver set, empty backfield, shown from the shotgun on 3rd and 6. Has some time, steps into it, fires a dart. It's deflected up in the air and incomplete. Great job by that Wachusett defense. Tyler Hearn, one of the guys that was breaking on the ball for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, and again, Still unknowns early in the year. There are going to be jitters. There's going to be execution that's not going to be, right on point. And the defense generally has a little bit of an edge on the offense, it seems, in high school football early in the year. Let's see if the Wachusett defense can make the play.
And I think they may go for it here. Schoen is their punter, so that is something to be aware of here. He could line up maybe a couple steps deeper than he normally would in the shotgun and punt it, or they could straight go for it on 4th and 6. They need to get to the 30-yard line of Wachusett. They're going to go with a 5 wide receiver set, empty backfield. 3 to the near side, 2 to the far side. Wachusett rushes 3. Schoen going deep and going for it all, and he overthrew the intended receiver. Through the back of the end zone, so the Wachusett defense holds. And
Not
it was Michael
by
Opong.
much. Not by much. Mike Opong had a pretty good step and was able to get out there. And you better look out. They'll connect on that this season. High school football on Charter TV3, presented by BayState Savings Bank, by the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia, by Worcester State University, and UNIBANK.
So now the Wachusett offense will look to play with some momentum after the defense with a big 4th down stop. And the Mountaineers, what we would expect from them, a little bit of pounding straight ahead football. Good pickup on 1st down, Sam Brewer.
Yeah, Brewer, one of the fullbacks in that backfield for Mike Dubzinski's team and Mark Peters' offense. This is a team that between the tackles might be their strength in terms of running the football. So that's a good little play on 1st down, just pound it up the middle.
Yeah, they got some big boys up front. They do a great job in the weight room and certainly have done that for years. That's been, if there's one hallmark of this program and the program under Mike Dubzinski, it's the way they get after it in the weight room.
The offensive line, Patrick Walsh is a D1 kid at the next level at right tackle. Jake Nadeau, Zach Van Dale, Matt Cravady, and John Cook up front for Wachusett.
Walsh committed to UMass, so you certainly would think if you're going to run the ball, you're going to go over that right side and over that big right tackle.
How about the offensive line graphic? They get their own graphic now with the new system.
I'm telling you right now, I was going to say it. I'm glad you brought it up. We got new truck. We got new cameras. It's the same old Kevin and Andy. Look at this. Here comes the Doherty defense fumble. And it's going to be scoop and score. They're marking him down. They are marking him down at the 26-yard line. Doherty was thinking scoop and score, but the Highlanders getting a huge sack on 3rd down.
Kenny Amoa thought he had a touchdown, and it was close. They were all over the quarterback. I'll tell you, Doherty's quickness is on display early on defensively. It's not so much speed as it's quickness to get around, and look at the heat
That's a fumble.
put on. That looked like it was out.
That's a fumble.
Could have gone the other way, and you got to credit Tejon Vassar, who, like you said, does a little bit of everything. He was in the mix right there.
That goes for a loss of 16. Of course, we'll talk about a lot of the brothers and the family legacy of this Doherty team. Vassar's older brother was a great player for Doherty. Yidam, of course, older brother, great player. Darkwa, who's at UMass, just got a scholarship. His younger brother's playing for Doherty. So you have a lot of kids that played, watched their brothers play. Now they're stepping into big roles, and the excitement they have. And they're also training with their brothers, their older brothers, in the offseason. So you're talking about training with college kids, playing at Boston College, playing at UMass. So Sean Mulcahy crediting those families and the older brothers, too, for kind of leading the way and teaching the way.
I'm gonna be a little bit of a Twitter geek for a second. Isaac Yidam just favorited my tweet that we were covering this game. My man, love that kid.
He's the best, isn't he?
He's great.
I'm going to see him on Saturday.
So easy to root for.
We're going to the BC game
Such
on
a
Saturday
good kid.
against Wake Forest. I'll be rooting for Isaac.
Says he's a lot faster than he raced you back in the day, too.
He could have lost 5 seconds off his 40 time and he'd still beat me.
He says he is faster, and he would have beaten you. He'll beat you by even more now, but he doesn't want me to tell you. Sorry, Isaac. All right, here's the backs and receivers for Doherty. Tejon Vassar, Mike Opong, Evan Brunel, Herman Atchipong, Phila Darkwa. Among the guys you'll see, they can bring in. They're very deep offensively. They can bring in a bunch of guys. But you talked about the guys whose older brothers played here. There's a great list of them right there.
So here's shown from the shotgun on 2nd down and 10. I'm telling you, the new graphics, the new cameras. Look at that shot. Shown, good job fielding the football. Fires, and it is complete. It'll be 2 yards shy of the first down, but a nice hands catch by Evan Brunel, and that's the kind of player he is. Sean Mulcahy said he is our hands guy. Anything you throw his way, he will catch.
Super steady, good leader on this team, good captain for Sean Mulcahy's team. Just kind of sits down a little bit, and Sean drills it in there to him, sets up a manageable third down.
Steve Brunel, his father, is part of the staff here. He played at Doherty, then played at AIC. His younger brother, Dave Brunel, played with him at Doherty, then played at Colgate. Steve was actually coached by Sean Mulcahy. Stevie Hathaway was part of that team. Steve Hathaway just went into the Worcester Public Schools Hall of Fame, as did Ray Young. Great guy here, a staple here at Foley Stadium, Ray Young.
Defensively up front for the Mountaineers, Jake Nadeau, Matt Cravati, Aiden Tomaseski, and Liam Griffin. We already saw Griff make a play. And then in that defensive linebacking core, Sean McGreary, Tyler Hearn, Zach Van Dale, Zach Hunton, all guys that they have confidence in. Louis Joseph, Cole Durkin, Barry Walsh in the defensive backfield. For Wachusett, who will look to try to get a stop here. They've got two good crowds from both respective schools. There's the Doherty crowd. They're to our right of our broadcast position.
It has gotten a lot colder. It started off as a great night, a perfect night for football.
It has gotten
but
chilly.
Now the clouds have come in. The wind is picked up. It is definitely a lot colder, and that wind may certainly play a factor in this game, in the kicking game, and even in the passing as well.
Mike Dubzinski's going to have to go get a hot cocoa at Dunkin' Donuts on the ride home.
3rd down and 2. Hand off to Vassar. He squirts forward and stretches that ball towards the pylon. It's going to be short of the first down by a yard. So, again, decision time for Doherty. They went for it in this area before, but it looks like they're sending the punting unit on this time around.
Yeah, and credit Zach Van Dale, number 54, in the middle of that defense for Wachusett. He got in there and may have just gotten a hand on Vassar to trip him up shy.
Van Dale is a 2-year starter. Here's a fake punt. And let's see where they spot it.
They're short.
It looks like Wachusett held. Fake punt, and the Mountaineers were ready. It'll be Wachusett football. So Doherty going into the bag of tricks. Fake punt on 4th down, and that Wachusett defense. Bending, not breaking, really not even that. I mean, just backs to the wall with some bad field position a couple times, but they have been stout.
Yeah.
Really stout.
They're tough. With 5.5 left here in the first quarter, if you look at where the wind's blowing, it's right in Wachusett's face. They're going to keep this one on the ground.
Here goes the fullback straight ahead. Tough sledding. Picked up 2 tough yards, and then he's driven backward. And neither team has a first down in this game yet.
Keeping it on the ground isn't like, I didn't just drop science on you by any means when you're talking about Wachusett, but certainly this is a team that throwing is not their strong suit at the moment, but into a driving wind with a new quarterback, I think you're going to see Doherty continue to just pack the box and go after the run.
Shabo will go from under center.
Look at
it's a wing T offense. Now they switch it up a little bit. Still in that wing T formation, though.
Doherty's
on 2nd down, they're going with the bootleg. Shabo's going to tuck it himself, and Shabo is buried on the far sideline after a pickup of maybe 1.5 yards. That Doherty defense pursuing Connor Biznett there to make the tackle.
And again, they had 10 guys in the box. 10 guys within 4 or 5 yards of the football at all times. The only guy out was the cornerback out on the wide receiver, and that was it. And they're playing that run. They're gonna almost dare you to beat them downfield.
Connor Biznett's a great story, one of the captains for Doherty. He lives in Paxton and played middle school football with a lot of these guys on the Wachusett team and went to elementary school with them. His best friend is Matt Turner, one of the Wachusett captains. They're going head-to-head tonight. And here's the first down of the game across midfield into Doherty territory. Down to the 43-yard line goes Cole Durkin, a physical run.
Yeah, well blocked up front. Gavin Mainzo was out in front too. And he got 2 blocks, just enough to move things. Durkin out front, he's his fullback, Mainzo. That was his 2nd block. He stepped back and got a guy. And you see an injured Doherty player, Mike Opong, was hurt at the end of the play. And
Durkin's a 3-sport athlete.
He's a big time player for this Doherty team.
14-yard pickup on that run.
High school football on Charter TV3 brought to you by the Sullivan Group, the Central Mass Safety Council, Nichols College, Berterra Nissan of Auburn, Holy Cross Athletics, Interstate Batteries, Milford Federal, the Worcester Railers Hockey Club, and by Poochie's.
There's Melky Shabo coming back into the huddle. Cole Durkin with a big physical run. Durkin, track, baseball, and football, the three-sport athlete, and he's a commit to Stony Brook for baseball. Opong still on the field and down, so we hope nothing serious now. He's getting up and getting a nice hand from this crowd as the trainers look at him.
Yeah, he is one of the top athletes on an athletic roster. Hopefully he'll be able to go, but it doesn't look great when you have to come off under and get some help coming off the field.
And Opong, one of the most explosive players on this team, according to head coach Sean Mulcahy. He was quarterback last year because Sean got injured. And so this is a big loss for the Highlanders. Shabo hands it off. Good hole from that Wachusett offensive line, just power football. And it's a gain of 6 on first down.
Yeah, the big guys get out and moving, and there's another injured player on the field for the Highlanders.
Gavin Mainzo, he's a two-sport athlete, basketball and football, and I can't see the numbers.
That's Melanio Colon. He's an outstanding defensive end, and Sean Mulcahy said he might be our best defensive end. You know, talent-wise. He comes in and you know, disrupts some plays. Now he's up pretty quick, so hopefully he's going to be okay.
Yeah, you hope it's just a wind knocked out of your situation for Doherty, 6'4", 235 senior, and this is the 4th meeting between these two schools since 2009. Wachusett won the last meeting last year, 38-8. Wachusett started the season last year just red hot, finished it up 7-4. Doherty was 6-5 a year ago, and this one's going to be close to the 6. It looks like it'll be 3rd down and short for Wachusett as they are inching deeper and deeper inside of Doherty territory down to the Highlanders 33. Mark Peters, Mike Dubzinski. Mike Dubzinski's done such a great job. His father, Walt Dubzinski, part of his coaching staff, longtime coach at Gardner. One of the all-time great coaches in Massachusetts high school football history. And Mike learned so much from his dad, passes it on to the kids that he coaches.
His dad had a kicker's boot with him today, pregame. Oh,
and it's a first down run, and that is a hammer
stick.
Run right there. That time Sam Brewer, and that's what Sam Brewer is. Sam Brewer is a pounding, punishing, downhill runner. And you saw it there. He will lower his head and his shoulder pads and try to run you over. And that's a first down.
Wicked delivery at the end of the play. Brewer delivering a blow on the defender.
So the most sustained drive we have seen for either team so far today. It's Wachusett as the clock ticks down, under 2:30 to play here in the first quarter. Play action, Shabo to throw, going up top, has a man, and it is incomplete. Incomplete. Defending on the play was Vassar. They were looking for the big tight end, Liam Griffin.
That was there, and I think, you know, again, early on, if the receiver continues to run hard on that route, he's good for 6. That was a pretty good ball by Shabo downfield into the wind.
And that's one of those things that you need all those reps in practice and all that, but then when you get into a game, it's different. It's different than practice, and when they go over this in films, that's what they'll stress, is something like that. Say, listen, what are you doing stopping? It's the quarterback's job to get you the football. You just keep running. He'll get it to you. Shabo with a nice throw. 2nd and 10. Ooh. Second back
Huge
through.
hole.
And close to a first down. Durkin right around the sticks inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line goes Cole Durkin, and it is a first down for Wachusett. And this When the Mountaineers are running like they are now, using 3 different backs, this is when things are going good for Wachusett, leaning on that big offensive line. Every 3 different backs, so no one guy is getting too banged up, too beat up, or too winded.
Look at Big John Cook, 72. He's out in front there and opening holes on the left side of that line. Matt Crivady as well on the left side. They did an outstanding job that last play with Barry Walsh, the tight end on that side.
There they go with a full house backfield. It's the fullback getting the call straight ahead. Nothing doing there.
Really good job. Payson got around the ball carrier and stayed on him. He just kind of bulldogged him to the ground.
As a coach, too, you're seeing how does your team respond to adversity? Both coaches saying, you know, these guys, they played JV. So many of them played JV last year, but not a whole lot of varsity reps for all the guys on both sides of the ball. So right now you kind of see, okay, this is the bright lights now of varsity football playing on a Thursday night instead of a Monday afternoon. How do you respond to the pressure and to the adversity? Wachusett is driving right now at the Doherty 17-yard line. 1:10 to play in the first quarter, scoreless game. Toss sweep. And this will go for a loss of 2. It was Vassar coming up from his safety position, and a nice open field tackle on Brewer.
Yeah, he's pretty strong. He's pretty quick, and he flew through there. You see the rain looks like it's starting to fall, Kev. Pretty good hard rain coming down. But I'll tell you what, Vassar got out there. Wachusett, it was almost man-to-man out there. Vassar shot through the blocks and got the runner in the backfield.
3rd down and 13 from the 20-yard line. Shabo from the shotgun has 3 receivers to the near side. Shabo looks left. Here comes the blitz. Shabo unloads over the middle, and it is intercepted. Intercepted by the Highlanders. Second pick of the game for Doherty, and this time it is Paul Yidam who picks it off. Wow. Yidam read that one, and he broke on it when the ball was in the air. Look at Yidam. And Sean told us, Mulcahy, that he takes so much pride in playing defense and in following in his brother's footsteps. Well, he'll be sending the highlights and the clips to his brother.
Well, I talked to Isaac. He wanted to get it. He didn't have a pick last year at BC. He wanted to make that change this year. I think Paul's got him 1-0 now. After a week of each
you're right.
Playing football.
That was a 10-play drive that took
Works
5
on
minutes
his hands,
and 7
and that's a
seconds
huge
off.
hands play. Fumble at the snap. Wachusett might have it.
Says they have it, and indeed the Mountaineers do. So Wachusett striking back as they get the ball on the turnover. And again, the rain falling down, the exchange between the center and the quarterback becomes paramount. It becomes also a lot more tricky.
Tyler Hearn got on that football quickly. Little mix-up in the backfield. And Wachusett's got it at the 6-yard line. Well, actually, just inside the 5, the 4-yard line.
Excellent field position for the Highlanders.
You could say that.
And I will. Wing T, it's the fullback getting the call. Straight up the middle, he gets a couple, and then he's pushed backwards, but the forward progress takes him just inside the 3-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Great fight up there at the end of the last play of the first quarter. Sam Dewitt and company bowing up.
Hockey is coming. Pro hockey is back in Worcester. The Worcester Railers Hockey Club hit the ice October 14th at the DCU Center. Become a member today for off-the-rails excitement. Hockey is coming. Full season, mini plans, and group tickets are on sale now. Call 508-365-1750 and visit railershc.com. All aboard!
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston.
Welcome back, everyone, as we get set for the start of the second quarter. Wachusett and Doherty. Man, this is a physical battle. No score after one quarter between two teams that have been slugging it out back and forth, but Wachusett's knocking on the doors. They have it 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line of the Doherty Highlanders. 3 turnovers already in this game. 2 interceptions for Doherty and a fumble recovery for Wachusett. Mike Dubzinski walking the beat. Coached his son Connor. Connor's off at Springfield College playing lacrosse for the Pride.
Dubs looks like he's just out for a stroll right now with the boys. Just hanging out.
He's loving
Sarge
it.
in the
Coaches get so fired up and they get so intense and nervous that it's good to see him smile, because sometimes they don't get to appreciate the game when it's going on because they get so tense and so, wrapped up in the winning. And God, these guys put so many hours into the game. The way it is now with huddle and filming all the games and practices and all this stuff, it's become crazy with the amount of hours that high school football coaches are putting in. It's more than Division I coaches put in the 80s, when Jeff Oliver was playing at BC and they were doing so well in the Flutie era. He said it was, it was 2 hours a day. That was it for the practice. Now the coaches put in a little bit more than that, but here you go, 2nd down and goal. Durkin to the goal line, stood up at the goal line, he got in. He crossed the plane, and Wachusett has struck first. The Mountaineers are on the board, 6-0. Cole Durkin has been running physically.
Yeah, he powered himself in, just got enough. Doherty did a nice job to come up, try to fill that hole, but Durkin had the surge. From the naked eye up here, he looked to be in. 6-0 Wachusett. And it's the turnovers you talked about, and they obviously had the best situation after a turnover, and Wachusett capitalizing on it with 6.
No, Cole Durkin, they wanted him to carry the load, put on 15 pounds of muscle in the offseason. He's a kid that can run between the tackles. He can show the speed on the outside. And here's that super jock style.
Unbelievable.
The kick is up, and it is
I thought he hit it.
No good, but a good bid at it that time from Levon Tupin Wheeler, the Wachusett kicker, and that's the one Walt Dubzinski Jr. called one of his old players at Gardner.
He had
one
the
of his old
boot
kickers
today.
and said, hey, do you still have that kicking cleat, that kicking shoe that's straight on, square toe block? And he said, yeah, I got it in my closet. He said, all right, well, I'm coming up. I need it. I need to borrow it. So he got it. He brought it here tonight. And it just made its debut, 2017 high school football debut. So that drive for Wachusett, just a 2-play drive covering 4 yards, took 21 seconds off the clock. Cole Durkin with the touchdown run, and the Mountaineers on the board 6-0 as they capitalize on the turnover.
And it really could come down to an extra point or a 2-point conversion in this game. Sean Mulcahy told us they don't really have a kicker at the moment, so that would indicate they're going to have one. That would indicate they're probably going for 2 if they score the entire way. And the Rock'em Sock'em Jock what do you call him? The super jock kicker there with the boot. I just never know.
No. Vassar, one of the deep men for Doherty with Yidam. We called him Yadam.
We did.
That's what he said his name was, Yadam, and then they changed it this year at BC. It's a loose football, and Wachusett's got it. It was a squib kick. It was not a designed onside kick. It was a squib kick, but it pinballed off a couple Doherty players, and Wachusett capitalizes on their 2nd turnover of the game. Excellent field position again for the Mountaineers.
Again, wet football, a little damp now on the turf. And again, like you said, a squib kick, not an onside kick, and it works out. Wachusett gets another turnover. And man, I'll tell you, if they could put one together here, Wachusett 36 yards away, it could take them 6 minutes to score the way they pound it.
And that's the perfect drive for Mike Dubzinski. If you ask him, he would say that's exactly what we'd do. We'd take 6 minutes off the clock, we'd score at the end of it, and then that's how that would roll.
That's Henderson.
John Henderson getting his first carry of the game.
Good news is on the near sideline, Mike Opong is up walking around. He just picked up his helmet. I don't know if that means he's got a shot to come back or not, but he's taped up around the knee, still limping.
Coming over to talk to some of the fans is Opong. Shabo under center. Doherty showing blitz. Here they come. Durkin runs through a tackle at the line of scrimmage, straight up the gut. First down and more. Durkin's inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line.
John Forson saved a touchdown by jumping on the back of Cole Durkin, who ran through an arm tackle at the line of scrimmage, just blew through it, and then turned on the Jets for that big gainer.
When coaches talk about the importance of hard work in the weight room and putting in your time and doing all those lifts that aren't fun, cleans and squats, that's what they're talking about. Cole Durkin did them, and it pays off here on the game field. 20-yard pickup from Durkin. Now Doherty's going to go from the shotgun. Shabo with 4 wide receivers, a 1-back set. Shabo quick swing out to Durkin, and Durkin takes it forward down to the 10-yard line. So a 4-yard gain as the Mountaineers try to loosen up the Doherty defense.
You know, that's just designed, to spread them out just a little bit. Make them commit to the edges a little more, because they'll try to soften that middle of the field just a little bit. I think this is a classic Wachusett team right now, where Mike Dubzinski, if he can throw less than a half dozen times a game, he's going to be very happy.
Here's Durkin again. Durkin gets to the outside, turns it up, gets inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. He'll be 3 yards shy of a first down. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Wachusett. And again, it's power football. It may be out of a different set, but the play is still the same. Power football, let the fullback lead you up in there. Let the wingback get kind of a fake crack down and then turn and get the outside linebacker block.
Big 3rd down here, and the Doherty fans fired up, trying to get their defense motivated.
Hand off to Henderson. Henderson stood up at the 5, and that's where they're going to mark him, just inside the 5. It'll be 4th down and a yard to go for Wachusett. Decision time for the Mountaineers. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Oh, no question. I think Payson was the one who got in there and laid the stick to knock the ball carrier back just shy.
Now it'll be interesting to see if they go with a quarterback sneak here too. Doherty has some big, strong kids in that interior of the D-line. Shabo doesn't need to get much.
There's not a big secret here. I think Cook is the guy. Run behind the big fella on the left.
Let's see, we got a timeout here. Timeout taken, so the teams will talk it over. 4th and inches. This is a big, big play in this game. Wachusett's up 6-0, 7:44 to play in the first half. Mountaineers get the first down. They're going to let that clock just keep running, keep running. No one's better at it than the Wachusett staff, and they will be thinking about the clock in the second quarter of a game. They're thinking about it right now. They're thinking, use the clock, use the time, take away possessions from that Doherty offense, and they do it no matter who they're playing against, and they do it better than any staff.
I can think of a game I think you were at a year ago where they had their coaches really helped them win the game. Time of possession, ball control. You know, some games where they might not have been the most talented team on the field, they won the game.
Yep.
Because they played within themselves. How about this, though, Kev? I'm looking down at our rosters. Sean Mulcahy, Doherty roster. Names, numbers, years, positions, heights, weights.
Yeah.
They're not handwritten anymore.
That's a tribute to his sister.
They're not written down anymore.
We got to give credit where credit is due. That's Aaron Bisnat. That is all Aaron Bisnat who did it. Sean's sister. He sent in a handwritten one, and Dave Shea, the athletic director, said, "Come on, Sean, you got it." So he went down to Aaron. I think someone moved. Yep, the right side of the line moved early for Wachusett, so this one's going to come back. It'll be 4th down now and about 6 yards.
That's the mistake.
I mean, you're still drive
go nuts. Start, offense, number 70, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Good ink. So now now they're going to, maybe they will try to, they're going to try to kick it now. All right, the super jock style is back out there.
It's a 27-yarder.
It's a Tupum Wheeler is your kicker, and he's going with the straight on, Tom Dempsey, Mark Mosley style. It is going to be about a 27-yard field goal, 27-yard attempt, straight on. Atupum Wheeler is the kicker. He's got the leg.
He's crushing it.
And it is good.
Yes.
Atupum Wheeler with a 27-yard field goal. And it is 9-0 Wachusett. So the Mountaineers capitalizing on both turnovers. They get 6 off of the fumble. And off of the fumble on the kickoff, they turn it into a field goal, and that's how they lead it right now, 9-0 with 7:33 to play in the first half.
That is an old school boot.
I love it.
What year? You know, that's the thing. Coach Dubzinski didn't tell us what year that player
No.
from Gardner played for him.
No, that guy could be in his 50s right now. You know, I mean, he could have been playing in
that
the late
boot
70s.
looked like it was cobbled by someone in like Switzerland or something.
That's true. Let's get another look at it.
Well, good hold, and Wheeler just drills it. And you know what? The Highlanders got a piece of it.
Yeah.
And it might have been Yaboa that got a piece of it, and Wheeler just drills it through. Yep, he's good with it. Good hold from his guy, 22, Artie Papandrea.
That's a 6-play drive, covered 26 yards, and took 3 minutes and 19 seconds off the clock. Phil Robo is back with us. 21st season for Phil and I. He is the best. I get excited every time. I'm coming to the ballpark. I get to see Phil. We get to talk it up, catch up on things. Doherty shore-handed on this kickoff, and they'll have good field position to start this drive at their own 36. But it's always great to see Phil Robo.
Yeah, you know, there's new cameras and there's new equipment, and Phil's still got the Casio calculator from like
That's
1987. Or was that a Canon? Wow. He may have upgraded.
Yeah.
Phil has an iPhone now.
Oh, he's checking the weather. He's a property
Yeah.
owner down in Florida, so
I remember
checking out Hurricane Irma and its path.
Yeah.
Phil, I was a fresh-faced 27-year-old when we first started. I'm an old man now. We have been through it all. Phil married me.
To another person.
That's true.
That's true.
That's true. Oh, you officiated.
You
Okay,
officiated
that's
the wedding.
Phil knows the terms.
Yeah.
Before people jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
Phil officiated. I love it. We're going to talk about, too, when we get into this, Sean Mulcahy, just the great job he's done with his nephew, Connor Bisnet, his nephews and his nieces. A little later on in the game. Right now, Sean is looking to bring the Highlanders back. Here's Vassar trying to get to the outside. Vassar gets to the outside, cuts on a dime, still on his feet, spins through 2 tackles. Well, that's the quickness that Sean Mulcahy was talking about, and then you add in the strength that Terry Wallace was telling us about. Man, that is a powerful package.
Yeah, and you add Phil Adarkwa on the edge, and he just worked his way around to make sure he didn't block the Wachusett defender in the back, but that was a key block by Adarkwa on the outside, and then Tejan doing the rest in the middle.
That's the first down of the ball game for Doherty. Give it back to Vassar again, straight up the middle. Good job of opening a hole by the center and the guard, and Vassar explodes forward for 7 yards.
Well, you know, Terry Wallace loves to throw the football, the offensive coordinator, but he's recognized he's got a back that can really move, and he knows that he can set up that pass by running the ball and running it really well. And Vassar's your guy.
And Sean Mulcahy did say to him, Terry, now listen, this isn't Shrewsbury. You know, he goes, we still have to play Doherty football, and that is that pound 'em, smash mouth style. Here's Vassar. They're just feeding the beast right now. Another first down for Doherty inside the 40 down to the 37-yard line.
Yeah, and the fellas up front doing a nice job. Connor Bisnet on that side of the ball, 59, had a good block, held his man up, and got his running back enough yardage for another first down.
One thing that Sean told us, too, about Tejan Vassar is that he is such a team guy. He can do it all. He can throw it, he can catch it, he can punt. They found out he can do everything, but he is a team-first guy.
They found out he couldn't do one thing.
That's right, golf.
And that was hit a golf ball off a tee.
You might have to give him lessons.
Yeah, I could help him.
Yep, you could.
I mean, if he's that good an athlete, he could be a tremendous golfer.
You're right. Under your tutelage, you could be his coach,
Yep.
caddy, and agent.
I would caddy for him. Yeah, we could make it big on the tour.
Yep.
I don't know about agent. We'll get somebody who knows what they're doing to do that.
Someone who's more.
Listen, I'll just carry the bag.
Yeah. You're what Butch Harmon, the great golf coach. You could be Butch Harmon for him. Look at They got the big signs, the fat heads up there.
Love this. You know, this thing I love about Doherty High School, and all, you know, a lot of this great schools have great school spirit, but Doherty really just brings it.
Yeah, they do.
They bring it year in and year out. It's a real special community there at Doherty. Something to really be proud of.
Here's Schoen on first down from the shotgun. 4 wide receivers set. Schoen to throw. Now the pocket collapses, and Wachusett gets the sack. It'll go for a loss of 2. Great rush by that Wachusett defense, and they had a couple guys knocking on the door there, and one of them was Zach Vandale.
Yeah,
Vandale's an Eagle Scout.
This is as good a play by the defense, but also a great play by Schoen. He looks downfield. He doesn't have anything. Nothing to force it into. Take a short loss. Nice job by Vandale and that defense for Wachusett, but a good play by Schoen to tuck it and protect the football.
Vandale's a kid that Eagle Scout wants to go to Annapolis. Wants to, if he can't go there, wants to go NROTC, Navy, ROTC at some school. Thinking about serving his country. Schoen going deep over the middle for Vassar, and it is incomplete. Vassar running a skinny post. Well covered. I mean, he had a step on the defender, but that was well covered.
You know what? Vassar just got tied up a little bit with a linebacker and, you know, needed maybe one more step. If Schoen, you know, you don't want the quarterback to hold the football too long. That time, if he holds it for another second, he might hit him coming across. But that was close. That's 2 good balls down the middle or up top that Doherty's just been off on.
You know, and you can credit some of that, too, to that Wachusett defense, because you get sacked the play before, that internal clock that's in the quarterback's head starts to speed up a little bit. And instead of maybe thinking you have 3.5 seconds, you're throwing it at 2.5, just because of that previous play. Schoen slips the rush, throws deep, and it is caught for the touchdown. Schoen to Evan Brunell. And Brunell shielded the defender, went up, a beautiful catch, and the Highlanders are on the board. 41 yards on the strike from Schoen to Brunell.
Love the play by the receiver Brunell. Love it. He makes it happen. And Schoen fires it up with the confidence that his guy, Brunell, the captain's going to come down with it.
Mr. Steady, Sean Mulcahy called him. And he's a great student, too. He's looking to go to Dartmouth College as a student. Maybe walk on there for the Big Green. But I'll tell you what, that's a great...
He's got some roots at Wachusett, the Tevens family.
Great catch. They're going to go for 2. Here's Vassar. Vassar's got it into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And we've got ourselves a 1-point game. It is 9-8 Wachusett. A new life for the Highlanders.
Chris Yabo is walking tall. He should be, man. He is a force up front. Look at Schoen on the run, fires it up, and this play at the end. Just knowing where he is, knowing where the football is to make a play on it, and an over-the-shoulder grab. Outstanding look at it there. The coverage was good, the ball was better, and the play, the best part of it for the wide receiver, Evan Brunell.
That is a great grab. 5-play drive, covered 65 yards, took 2 minutes and 36 seconds off the clock. Tack on the 2-point conversion, and it's 9-8. There's Evan Brunell. His dad, his uncles played at Doherty.
Headband there. His headband
Dad's
is flying
coaching
up
there. That's a special moment for the senior captain, Brunell. We got Jamie Reynolds. You want to talk about Doherty ties? We got Jamie Reynolds down there on the field with the camera. His dad, Jim Reynolds, longtime Doherty girls basketball coach, very successful basketball coach. Reynolds bringing us some great shots.
Yeah, Jamie balancing things out. He's our field cam. Our director is wearing a Wachusett football t-shirt today.
It's a house divided here at Charter TV3.
Yeah.
We got Evan Shacken back, John Bazookas, Joe Pascalis on the cameras here, on the crew, bringing you this great video of tonight's game. Here's Durkin. Durkin still on his feet. And Durkin swarmed up under at the 38. After a 16-yard return, and the Mountaineers will have excellent field position.
Tell you what, 1-point game after the 2-point conversion. After a little bit of a slow start, offenses have kind of found their way here.
I don't know if the viewers at home can tell what I can tell. And hopefully it looks as good at home on TV as it does here in the booth. I'm excited about what we got here with the new cameras. Big stick.
Paulie Idams having a nice game. Comes up on the run. Gets around a bigger guy, man. Manzo's a big dude. And watch number 12 come in. Nice job taking on blockers, too, up front from Herman Achimpong. Now, we got two teams here. You know, one team's going to win this game. One team's going to lose. But we got two teams very early in the season that are showing that they're going to cause opposing coaches to have some problems sleeping, getting ready for them.
Here's Durkin. Power run up the middle. Durkin brought down by a few Highlanders, including Philip Adarkwa. Adarkwa again. His brother had a great career here. Brother playing really well up at UMass, just got a scholarship.
How about
awarded
that
to him?
How about Alfred Adarkwa was on the Super Bowl team here, and he gets a scholarship, and they present it to him. The Chancellor of the University of Massachusetts Amherst presents him with it. Before he can even get the words out, the entire team mobs him.
Isn't that great?
I mean,
it's a tribute to the kind of kid he is.
Exactly what you need to know about the kid.
I see John
team
Brissett
loves him.
walking into the Doherty section. John Brissett, the Worcester State basketball court's named after him. Up there, and it's picked off. High point the football. John Forson went up and took it away. Third turnover of the game, third interception of the game from this Doherty defense. How about this secondary?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Wachusett not known as a deep ball team, and a good one-on-one coverage play by Forson. He went up and got it. Man, he should be psyched. That's a heck of a play by the junior.
Just going up top, the home run ball, and Forson was right there.
You know, they got in behind the safety, but Forson had great coverage, great position, and just took it away.
One of our great friends and great viewers, Mark Sawyer, checking in. Says it looks good on TV. Mark Sawyer, the Worcester Police Department. Mark has done a great job, has been a great factor in the lives of Connor Bisnett and his brother and his sister, is helping out Aaron. Mark Bisnett, we started to get into the story there. Mark Bisnett was a police officer, a Worcester police officer, Marine Corps veteran, died tragically in a car accident. Children were very young, and his wife, Erin Mulcahy Bisnett, has done just a terrific job with the kids, but with the help. Her brother, Sean Mulcahy, the Doherty coach, has been so great and so instrumental in the lives of his nephews and nieces. And Mark Sawyer's another one that the Worcester Police Department really wrapped their arms around Erin Bisnett and her family and her children, and they did such a great job and continue to do such a great job of supporting the kids in the family. Here's Schoen going deep, has a man, and it is caught. What a beautiful grab by Tajon Vassar.
My goodness. This is a heck of a catch.
Send this tape to the college coaches. Wow.
This dude right here, man, number 5. Wow. This is a great ball. Only one guy can make a play, and it's Vassar. It's almost back shoulder to him, but watch him. Look at this. Whoop. I mean, there is like nothing getting through. I mean, it was like incredible. A magnet on his hands just caught that thing.
29 yards on the pickup. 3 minutes and counting remaining in the first half.
Wow.
We thought we'd see some fireworks in this game. The defense has provided a lot of them so far, but the offense is stepping up as well. Big hit from Schoen to Vassar. And they are inside Wachusett territory at the Mountaineers 47. Schoen from the shotgun. The clock is winding down to 2:40. And that front 7 bows up as the flag flies. Nothing doing there for Herman Achimpong.
My goodness. We've already seen, it's a 9-8 game. We've seen a lot.
Yeah, we have.
False start, offense, number 16, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Surrounded by the Highlanders as he makes the call. There's a good look at Coach Mulcahy.
Yeah, he does such a great job, and so many things. And you know, and Mike Debzinski made a point of it to tell us too that listen, Sean has done a great job, and he said, you know, I'm at an elementary school basketball game in Paxton, and there's Sean there because his nephew's playing. And I told you I've seen him at field hockey, youth field hockey practices here at Foley Stadium. He's a great guy. He really is. He's a great guy, and he does so much for the Doherty kids, but does so much for his nieces and nephews as well. Here's Vassar, slips a man, runs over a man at the end of that tackle. And Vassar with a good pickup down to the 41-yard line. The pads are popping tonight.
Oh, this is fun. I mean, this is a 5'9" junior with a tremendous upside. One quick little move to the outside, and look, he picks up about 8-9 extra yards just with that step. Now they're going to bring in Herman Achapong and move some guys around. Again, so deep with the skill positions. Achapong's typically in there when there's a two-back set, or if they want to move their feature back into a slot position. That's where he is now.
They're so deep that Doherty actually had an inter-squad scrimmage. Instead of scrimmaging another school, another team, the first scrimmage they had was themselves. It was a maroon gold scrimmage, and Sean Mulcahy said, we haven't been able to do that in years, but we have that kind of depth this year that we can go ones versus ones, and it was really great. He said everyone got a chance to play and to show what they could do, and it was really good for the team and good for the entire program and all the players. 2:12 to play in the half. 3rd down and 4. Schoen's under pressure, coming from the backside. He's still on his feet, and he runs out of bounds at the 40-yard line to stop the clock. It'll be 4th down and 5. Discretion, the better part of valor. Smart play by Schoen.
Yeah, and you know what? He shows a little bit. I mean, you think the quarterback's going to go down right here. Stays on his feet, and watch Vassar doing anything he can for the team. He got him the extra 2 yards with the extra little block there, the extra yard maybe. It's 4th and 3. It's a go situation. It's doable, but there's 2 minutes left. You're down a point.
You know that Terry wants to go. You know that Terry wants to go in this situation.
Listen, Terry's the
riverboat
two-point conversion to win it at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Auburn over Oxford Thanksgiving Day. We're going for 2 no matter what.
He is the riverboat gambler. He wants it.
With the Rockets. And, yeah, he doesn't – if Terry doesn't like to say the word punt.
No. 2:04 to play. Terry Wallace, offensive coordinator, talking things over with his quarterback, Chris Schoen. Schoen, a great baseball player for the Doherty team, pitcher and third baseman. We've seen his arm here tonight. So let's see what happens here. Now they still have it as 3rd down on the far side.
They do. They may have had that down marker up early, too early.
Schoen, it's intercepted. Receiver fell down, picked off by Cole Durkin. Durkin still on his feet. Durkin across the 45, down to the 47-yard line. Cole Durkin with the interception for Wachusett, and the Mountaineers get their 3rd turnover of the game. 13 yards on the return.
Yeah, Cole Durkin. He's in the right place at the right time. As the receiver Vassar fell down, he steps right in and then maybe runs into just about every Highlander on the field over here. He's able to come back. Maybe a little slick spot on the turf there, and Durkin comes back, and nice pick. You know, you mentioned Isaac Yidam, and you mentioned the great football players that came out of Doherty, and Wachusett celebrating Tyler Catalina right now. An offensive lineman in the NFL.
Isn't that great for the Washington Redskins, an undrafted free agent? Durkin just carrying players, putting a saddle on his back, carrying them for a 1st down and more. But they talk about Twitter and the new Mike Dobzinski.
Yes.
He's multimedia, as they sent out a congratulations from the entire Wachusett coaching staff and team to Tyler Catalina, making the Washington Redskins incredible accomplishment. And of course, Coach Dubzinski's so proud of all the players that he has playing in college and coaching in college. We'll get into that at some point in the second half.
Of college captains and kids that have played for him.
First down, it's Henderson.
Pretty good job by Henderson. He got as much as he could get, then he saw the big guys barreling in on him, and he got down. Rather than take that extra punishment, Ariel Perez was coming.
And this is the kind of, chew the clock up, final minute of the half drive. That this is at Wachusett special right now. Letting that clock drain down, moving the ball forward, getting into range where they could take a shot, whether it's a field goal or a shot or two at the end zone. Here's play action. Shabo rolls to his left, squares his shoulders, fires deep, has a man in the end zone, incomplete. Just couldn't connect with the intended receiver. Shabo threw a beautiful ball, and Barry Walsh couldn't haul it in.
That's a tough one. You're kind of spinning around a little bit, but then you find yourself alone, one-on-one with the football in the dark corner of the end zone.
Walsh is a great athlete, as you mentioned. He's a baseball commit to Boston College.
Oh, he's a tremendous baseball player.
District champions, the Wachusett baseball team this year. And they got a lot of guys coming back, including Walsh. Melky Shabo, the quarterback for Wachusett in his first varsity game. Shabo under pressure. Eludes it, fires, has a man, and it's caught for the touchdown. Shabo got away from the pressure and threw a dart to Gavin Mainzo. And Mainzo takes it to the land of 6.
Just maybe a breakdown on the defensive coverage scheme, and Mainzo found himself all by himself, and credit the quarterback, Shabo, for finding him.
That is a great play. Just when they were snapping it, I'm saying about Shabo playing his first varsity game, and boy, he shows you the poise of a kid that's like a 3-year starter.
I just drilled into his first touchdown as a starting quarterback.
That's a special moment, a special feeling. And they're firing him up.
Mainzo
Probably go
just
for
gets
2
kind of, he just gets kind of loose back there at the 25-yard line, top of your screen. Shabo, he's done a nice job of finding himself some space. Throws it. Mainzo makes a nice hands play, has to go back and get it inside for 6.
What's good, too, about Shabo is he throws this ball quickly. He didn't really take a lot of time to set himself, because you're looking at Forson, who has great speed and can catch up. But Shabo he sees his man and quickly gets it out.
That's a great catch by Mainzo. He's got to turn himself around and make a hands catch, almost going the other way. That's a big one.
A Tupum Wheeler on for the point after.
It's a big kick here.
15 to 8
points.
7-point game right now. Tupum Wheeler with plenty of leg, and it is up and through. Wheeler's got a point after and a field goal. And Wachusett has a 8-point lead rather, over Doherty after a 53-yard drive. Took him only 5 plays and covered 1 minute and 13 seconds of time. But that's a Wachusett special. Now there's only 40.5 seconds remaining in the half. We'll probably see another squib kick. And then, you've made it so Doherty doesn't have a whole lot of plays to try to get something in the end zone or get some points on the board before the end of the first half.
And you sensed momentum going to the Highlanders a little bit. They were moving the football. They had a big 3rd or 4th down play, and the interception came, and Wachusett capitalized. And so Wachusett's 2 scores have both come off turnovers, and they've punched it in. They punched the first one in from 4 yards out. This one they earned a little bit more with a big play, but they've capitalized on 2 of those turnovers from Doherty with touchdowns.
You and I are driving over here, and we're talking, saying, I think this is going to be a real good game. I think this is going to be a real competitive game. Both teams look good. Both coaches kind of like their team, like the depth. There's both sides kind of similar. A lot of guys making their varsity debuts, and it has lived up to just the way we thought it would.
Yeah.
The coaches won't like the turnovers, But from a fan's perspective, this has been an exciting football game so far, and it's only 1 half old. Still time here in the first half, 38.7 seconds remaining for the Highlanders to try to answer back the touchdown from Wachusett.
Well, you know, when you've got Tejan Vassar, anything can really happen, and you know, get him in space, he can make some plays, and so can Philadarkwa and a couple other guys on this team too. So, you know, you never know.
No.
They're gonna hit on some really big plays this year in their schedule as they go on, and you know, this is just the beginning, and Mike Dobzinski knows that as well as anybody.
Yeah, he knew they were going to take some shots because of the big receivers. The Darkwa, 6'3", Yidam, 6'2". You know, you look at those guys, and Brunel's 6 feet. You can do a couple where you just throw the fly pattern, hang it high, and let your guy go up for it and try to make it a jump ball. Here's Schoen. Fires to Vassar. Vassar out on the wing and pushed out of bounds. Good job breaking down by Henderson. Out there, if you're Wachusett, you want to play a little bit of that umbrella defense. Don't give up the big play.
Well, I think you heard the Wachusett coaching staff yelling screen on that far side. And, you know, acts somewhat like a screen when the receivers inside go upfield and Vassar just kind of takes one step, they hit him, and he makes a play in space.
And you wonder, too, if they're not just trying to set it up a little bit to give that screen look again and then have Vassar take off. See what the defense does. I don't think, you know, I would expect Wachusett to have a couple safeties back deep right now. You never know. It's that constant chess match between the two coaching staffs. Here's Schoen. Pressure straight up the middle. Steps into it. Fires deep. Hit as he's thrown. And it's incomplete. And Schoen took a wicked shot. Good job by that Wachusett defense, pinning their ears back and coming. I think it was Liam Griffin that laid the shoulder into him as Schoen was trying to deliver that football.
I like that. Don't let the quarterback get comfortable. You know, don't lay back in the last 30 seconds. Take a chance defensively. There was one-on-one down on the near side, but no shot for the receiver to run under that one. In fact, Vassar was out of bounds, so he wouldn't have been able to make a play anyway. One thing here, Mike Opong still hasn't come back for Doherty. He's probably done for the day. So that's one of the weapons, but when you're as deep as Doherty is, there's Michael right there, and hasn't been able to come back after the injury early in the game.
There's Schoen, hands it off to Vassar. Vassar across midfield down to the 48-yard line. Corralled there by Aiden Tomaszewski.
Doherty's going to the locker room. They're just going to go to the room here. They're not going to call timeout. They're going to go to the room. Or not try to get a playoff.
Right. First half of football for the 2017 high school season is in the books, and we have got a good one going here. Wachusett leads it by a touchdown and a two-point conversion. It is 16-8 Highlanders. After the first half, we will take a break, and Andy and I will be back with all of our halftime activities right after this. He's a guy that Sean Mulcahy said he can be a difference maker, and on many other teams he would start. We're just so deep at running back. Here's the squib kick. They let it go through. Vassar at the 25. Vassar to the 30. Still on his feet and brought down at the 35-yard line, and that's where the Doherty offense will take over after a 15-yard return. We are underway. Second half of football. Wachusett and Doherty.
Well, Chris Schoen, let's see, you know, they had some success running up the middle at times with Vassar, getting him to the outside. Found a couple of passes deep. You know, 2 of 4, I think, in those deep passes. They hit Vassar and they hit the touchdown with Brunel, and then they tried a deep one to Opong early in the game and another one to Vassar. So, you know, pretty good numbers trying to air this thing out.
Schoen, toss sweep to Vassar. Vassar gets the corner. Vassar hauled down. One-handed tackle. Tremendous strength that time. Shown on the corner by Jake Nadeau.
Yeah, he saved huge yardage.
His brother Zach was a 3-year starter for Wachusett. Jake just did the family name proud.
Oh, he saved big yardage. Look at, they have it blocked well downfield, and
You can't come way up.
he's just, you know, it's not a horse collar because he's got the jersey.
Yep.
I mean, it looked like he snapped him back, but man.
That's a great tackle, and
That's
that
a heck
prevents
of a play.
huge gainer. It's a 5-yard gain.
Yeah.
Texter checking in says it looks really clear, looks better.
Oh, Texter.
Texter with initials KS checking in at home. Katie Shea says it looks good. The new cameras, the returns are in. So far, so good.
Yeah, hey, you know what? The
False start.
pink checkered
offense,
shirts.
number 52, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
Katie didn't get to see the open, I don't think, so she didn't get to see the shirt. She got me the shirt, too. There's the coaching staff, as you well know.
As I well know.
The coaching staff.
I noted that
Doherty.
in recent years, your style has gotten more colorful. Gone are the blue shirts.
More contemporary, you might say.
I have to wear bland clothing, because if I wear something bright, it could clash big time.
Offset. Shown, the double reverse. And it's a reverse pass, flea flicker. Shown going deep, has a man out there, Brunel, and it's incomplete. And let's see, Brunel saying he might have got grabbed at the end, but you look at the arm strength of Shown right there, because that's a play that takes a long time to develop. The double reverse flea flicker pass. That's right out of Northbridge's book.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if the pattern is for him to go inside like he did, made that adjustment to go in, or if he was forced inside, but it was just like a little too long in developing the play. Good strong arm from Schoen, though. He can wing it.
3rd and 10 now. Schoen from the shotgun with the 4 wide receivers. Good job by Schoen to handle the snap. It's blocked at the line of scrimmage. Great job by Liam Griffin. Griffin coming in from that defensive end position. He has been a beast tonight.
Yeah, it's the second one he's knocked down right at the line of scrimmage. Gets his hands up. You know, basketball players, you're taught to play defense with your hands up. That line of scrimmage, get them up in the passing lane and knock that down.
Griffin, a rare 3-sport athlete, too. And he plays the major sports, baseball, basketball, football, so he's not a guy that's just focused on one sport year-round. Punt hits and takes a Doherty bounce, gets inside the 40, still rolling, down around the 37-yard line, and that's where it'll be touched by the Highlanders.
Thought you were going to rip golf there or something.
No.
Yeah, so he's not a guy who plays golf. I thought you were going to say.
No, not at all.
All right.
But he's a guy that just goes sport to sport, season to season.
Yeah.
You know, it's a tribute to his athleticism that he can be such an impact player for all 3 sports teams.
Shout out to golf, though, by the way.
That's true.
That's the high school sport. The slowest sport on 2 feet. I can say it.
But you know what? It's a lifetime sport.
I can say it. I played it.
It's a lifetime sport as well. You can play it right now.
Well, folks, high school football on Charter TV3 presented by BayState Savings Bank, the law offices of Joseph J. Cariglia, Worcester State University, and by UNIBANK.
2nd down and 4 for Wachusett. First drive of the second half for the Mountaineers, and they got themselves a 1st down. 2 runs, a 1st down for Wachusett, just the way they draw it up. That time, Sam Brewer carrying the load.
Brewer just powering through, finding a little bit of a seam and keeping the legs churning for the 1st down.
And again, it's a tribute to the guys up front, Walsh, Nato, Van Dale, Cravati, and Cook, just getting a good push, as well as the tight ends, too. You got Walsh and Griffin in there, but they're getting a good push forward. Classic Wachusett football, hat on hat. Who's going to win the board drill? It's a big run, a steamrolling run, and another 1st down for the Mountaineers. And again, it is Brewer lugging the mail.
And this is the concern teams are going to have against Wachusett. Their line big and physical, that over time, they might just lean on you a little too much, wear you down. And Sean Mulcahy knows that. He brings in and rotates in guys, but Wachusett kids just keep coming. High school football on Charter TV3 brought to you by the Sullivan Group, by the Central Mass Safety Council, Nichols College, Berterra Nissan of Auburn, Holy Cross Athletics, Interstate Batteries, Milford Federal, the Worcester Railers Hockey Club, and by Poochie's.
Well, it's Vassar who's on the ground, so certainly not good news for Doherty, although it could be a cramp. If they're stretching that leg out, that's what it would indicate more than if something they thought was wrong. They wouldn't be doing this with him. They just get him off the field, but maybe a cramp. And there's one of the BizNet boys coming in the shorts. And he does a great job, and all the BizNet boys were ball boys for Sean Mulcahy and this Doherty team, and Vassar coming off, it may be cramping up again. They're going to have to get him some fluids and keep stretching that out. Wachusett quickly up to the line. I thought Henderson did a great job too on that last run for Wachusett. He had a good kick-out block for the Mountaineers. And indeed, they are working on Vassar's leg. And here's Durkin. Durkin caught from behind. Doherty's got some big kids up front, but they got kids that can move. Yeah, Mike Shaler's in there, 6'4", 275. I mean, this is a huge line.
Right.
Real big line. That's
and
number
again,
75 right there.
Those are guys that they've been able to move in and out. You know, try to spell some of the guys that you're just getting leaned on by these big dudes from Wachusett for 4 quarters. You need to get some help in there to spell you.
Henderson gets into the secondary, and Henderson corralled and brought down there by Tony Nuon.
Yeah, I like the play by Nuon. He just gets on him and does not give in. Good, Nuon just get in there, gets behind him on the tackle and wrestles him to the ground.
Good block on the end too. I think it was Walsh. He had a nice kick out block to open up that hole at the line of scrimmage for Wachusett. 7:22 remaining in the third quarter. Wachusett with the ball and an 8-point lead. Keeping it on the ground. The hammer, Brewer, has another first down. He's inside the 30 of Doherty down to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, and Brewer's had a nice little drive here. 3 big runs, and he gets it on a critical third down to pound forward. You know, the Wachusett line, they were banging away in the pregame, and their coaches were yelling, "Be the hammer, not the nail," and they're asserting themselves a little bit right now.
Yeah, they are. Nice tackle from Charlie Payson.
Charlie Payson, man, he's had a nice game. He's always around it. He's a big guy, gets up and down the field pretty well. 52 in the center of that defense.
And they continue to pound it away straight ahead between the tackles. Just physical, hat-on-hat football. This is a grinding Wachusett style.
He's down there. Payson's coming up from the pile, and you know, guys just getting after it down there. Josh Brunel's down there. Got a lot of kids that are smart. They got football IQ, and they've got smarts as well. And you know, they know where they need to be, know what they need to do on this Doherty defense.
Well, they need to get Vassar back in there if they can. They need to be pumping fluids into him and seeing if they can get him back on the field as quick as possible. Straight up the middle. And Doherty there for the stop.
Kenny Amoa, number 7, raced into the hole. There he is. He's the safety. And he's a guy that Sean Mulcahy really likes how he comes up and he hits. And he did a heck of a job there. Hard-hitting, strong safety. Love the fight in the Doherty kids. You know, they get on somebody, and they're not letting you go until you're on the ground.
No, that's a good physical one-on-one tackle. Brings up third down and call it a long 3. Hand off to Henderson. Henderson's going to be short of the first down. He's down to the 21-yard line. They need to get down to the 19 for the first down. Decision time for Wachusett. I would think they would go for it here, because certainly it's not a field goal situation from where you stand now, so they'll probably go for it. Up 16-8.
This is a good grinded out type of game, type of drive right now for Wachusett.
And Wachusett's going to take a 20-second timeout with 5:09 to play here in the third quarter. Same scores we had at the half, 16-8 Wachusett. There's Mark Peters, and you talk about the diversity of this coaching staff for Wachusett. So many guys that coach football, coach other sports. And you look at Mark Peters, he's the head baseball coach. Phil Jackson is the head lacrosse coach. Kevin Briggs is the head track coach. Dan Hickey's an assistant track coach. So you have all these guys that are on the football staff, but also coach other sports. Fourth down, straight ahead, and where do they mark it? Looks like it's short. Where they're marking it, the side judge is coming in. It looks like it'll be a half-yard short of the first down.
Yeah, I think the spot on the far side was better than this one, but
yeah, you're right.
I think they're short with this spot.
And the initial spot looked like it was going to be even closer to the 20-yard line than where they actually put it down.
Tough to tell on this angle, but it would be a heck of a stop from Doherty. Their front seven really battling.
Let's see. Defense holds. The defense holds.
The big fellas. And I don't know, someone just got maybe a piece of the ball carrier on the way by just to trip him up short. Sam Dua.
Yeah, I think he just got a hand on him in the backfield, just enough to trip him up. So here comes Chris Schoen, and here comes the offense. Schoen, a 6'2 junior.
It's a one-score game.
Yeah. You're one play away.
Reggie, 869.
Schoen from the shotgun. Wachusett coming on the blitz, and it's a loose football. Schoen falls on the ball, and wisely so, back at the 6-yard line. It's a big loss, but that's a smart play from Schoen. Wachusett was coming. They were blitzing off the edge up top.
Yeah, you know, and you saw what happened that led to the first Wachusett touchdown. They had an issue with the snap. It got away from Wachusett, recovered. Schoen just had to cover up. Good look at Chris, and you know, he's just a junior.
Yeah, he was a varsity starter as a sophomore last year.
Just a junior, and you know, a lot ahead of him. Baseball and football.
It's a hard thing to do. That shotgun snap is really difficult. When you're as a center, you have to set the protection and make the line calls, and you're thinking the guy across from me is going to try to take my head off, and I got to snap it back there. Pump fake up top, and it is incomplete. It was intended for a Darkwa. Darkwa had a step on the man.
I don't know if he took a false step and hurt himself there. It looked like he came up hurt, and I think that's what cost him the catch, because I think Phil Darkwa probably goes up and gets this one, but he took a step right before the ball was coming in. It looked like it hurt him, and he's getting stretched out. Maybe it's just a cramp, hopefully.
Yeah, this is, and you do hope it is a cramp, because obviously if not, it's the injury bug that is just crushing Doherty, but I think this one looks like it's more a cramp as well. It's the first game of the season. This is normally when you can see some of this stuff, but again, it's a cool night.
Yeah.
You know, it's not on a Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock on a hot turf. You'd think, yep, but this comes into that, you know, and coaches worry about everything with their kids. It's academics. It's what are they doing off the field? Are they doing the right things? And what are they doing on the field? Are they lifting? Are they in the playbook? All that stuff. But then it comes down to little things too, like nutrition.
Well,
okay, are you hydrating enough?
Did you have enough water the day before the game?
Two nights and the night before the game, not just, starting at 12 noon today.
Yeah.
But what were you doing yesterday and the day before to build that reservoir up of hydration in your body?
I would say I am not well hydrated today.
No, but you got a water out there.
Got a water. I don't think I'd be able to go up and get that ball, though.
4 wide receivers. Quick hitter, Yidam, and a good open field tackle. Yidam gets out to the 10-yard line, but that's good team defense from Wachusett. You're talking about Stephen Pell was out there and Jake Nadeau out there as well.
It's a good, safe call to try to get you a little bit more room for your punter, but Schoen's going to be in his end zone punting this. Wachusett's going to get great field position coming back the other way.
Good pursuit. Taking that right angle too. It's pursuit, and when you talk about playing guys that are really fast, you got to take the right angle. The Wachusett linebackers did a great job taking the right angle there. That ball just hit, went directly to the right. So a smart move by Durkin. He lets it hit, then just gets away from it. You're going to have good field position, and that's what Wachusett will have. They start at the Doherty 33-yard line.
Well, angle of pursuit, it's one of the first drills you can really do. It's not a hitting drill, and the first couple of days, there's no pads, there's no hitting. Angle of pursuit, they were doing it at Grafton on night one of practices for real. They were out to see Mack and his squad.
Wachusett going to the air on first down. Shabo complete to Brewer, and Brewer stopped there by Payson. Payson was right in his hip pocket. It's a pickup of 2.
Payson doing a nice job. He's all over the place. This time it's maybe 2 because he just jumps on him.
But it's a good call because you're trying to just keep those safeties and the linebackers honest so that they're not just going downhill and at the snap of the football coming straight ahead to support the run. Shabo under center. Hand off to Durkin. Durkin met and dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 4 on the play. Josh Brunel was right there, the sophomore, 6'2" and 225. Evan's younger brother.
Yeah, right where he needed to be, but it gets disrupted in the middle. A nice job in the middle of the field, and I think it was Shaler that disrupted it and kind of bounced the running back out a little bit further, and then Brunel came in and made a great play. Good team defense up front for Doherty there. As much as Wachusett's offensive line established itself for a while, Doherty's defensive line is fighting right back and taking a little bit of that edge back.
3rd down and 13. Shabo under pressure, steps up and fires, incomplete. Shabo under a lot of pressure, and he put some mustard on that ball. That was a good ball by Shabo, just a little bit too far out of the reach to the intended receiver, the running back, Sam Brewer.
Yeah, and good pressure. Biznett and Forson were in there as they were bringing some heat from Doherty.
There's Melky Shabo.
Real nice job by the Highlanders defense. A critical stop there. You get down 2 scores the way this thing's going. On a short field, they gave Wachusett. If they come away with a stop here, it's a heck of a play, and it's a good field position turn if they can get out of the shadow of their end zone. But Wachusett's going to punt here.
So Noah Waterman is back deep to receive for Doherty. He's a senior. Waterman's going to get away from it. It hits in beautiful coffin corner. Ray Guy special. And they mark it out of bounds at the 8-yard line. Eddie Capstick down there to make a play on the punt. The assistant principal at Doherty High School, former boys basketball coach, and a great boxer in his day.
Yeah, this one coming right down. Good look at it. Wow,
that's great. Okay, so Eddie Whalen's making a play on it too.
Eddie Whalen's got to make a better play than that. I mean, he's the baseball coach.
He deflected it.
He's got to make a better play than that.
Capstick was right there. Cappy was waiting for it.
Ed, don't make a play if you're going to go like that. See,
Whalen
Moriarty knows.
There's Chris Moriarty.
Moriarty knows. He's like, listen, I'm not even going to try to make an attempt at this.
Not going to extend.
That's a veteran
He's
play.
got a game tomorrow night. St. John's opens up at Catholic Memorial tomorrow night, and Chris Moriarty's got some good weapons at his disposal on offense. 26 seniors on that St. John's team, and Steve Bachalia at quarterback, 2nd-year starter.
They're loaded. They're like a wagon right now.
Yeah.
Is there some comparison to that team that had Dan Light and Richard Rogers?
Oh, this is a senior
in
heavy
terms
team.
of how the seniors led that year, and so
they got a lot of good leaders and a lot of guys that just need to play one side of the ball, which is great too, as you see with the cramping issues and things like that, how players can get worn down trying to play both ways. They're changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Terry was changing it. Throw underneath, almost intercepted. A quick look-in pass, almost picked off. Boy, that would have been one heck of a play because that one was zipped in there. Nato almost grabs this.
He almost takes it away, and it would have. I think it would have gone for 6 the other way. Oh,
it's a good effort there. Nato, Noah Waterman was the intended receiver. As again, Doherty going deep into their roster with so many players. John Forson's getting worked on now for what looks like a cramping issue as well. So many Highlanders.
The good news is Vassar's back out there. He's to the top of your screen in the slot.
3rd down and 8, and they're going to go to Vassar. Vassar trying to take it inside through the wash, spins through one tackle, still on his feet. Vassar's got a 1st down. What a sensational individual effort by Tejon Vassar. Get it to your playmaker and let him make a play.
Like the way it sets up, you know, throw a little quick hitter, and then he gets in behind his blocks. Set up well. Look at the big guys going out and getting after it. They get their blocks down. He spins away from one defender and is able, look at the extra yardage after first contact.
That's a big 1st down, too, because they were deep in their own territory. If he gets stopped there on the first contact, you're punting right around your end zone. Here's shown, and now Terry Wallace wants a timeout with 13 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. 16-8. Wachusett in front, 1st and 10 for Doherty from their own 22-yard line.
The hour is getting late.
Woo! Hana Botari may have to do sports as well. It's going to be
with a running Wachusett team.
I know.
Typically the Wachusett team games are over in like an hour and a half.
We're going to be right up against it, having to fly back to the studio here to do the 10 o'clock show. Here's Schoen, I formation behind him on 1st down, hands it off to Vassar. Vassar follows his fullback through the hole and picks up 3. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. Wachusett in front of Doherty, 16-8. When we come back, one more quarter left of football. 2nd down and 7 for the Highlanders. They trail it.
BayState Savings Bank brings you
Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking.
Ask for Kasasa by name at BayState Savings Bank, proud sponsor of the Friday Night Football Frenzy.
Local news from Central Massachusetts for Central Massachusetts.
A police officer passes out while driving.
The city of Worcester is cracking down on an ongoing problem, illegal dumping.
It was a rough ride on 290 in Worcester.
Webster police say they received multiple calls for an erratic driver.
Reporters in the field. And an in-depth local forecast. Worcester News tonight on Charter TV3.
Welcome back, everyone. 4th quarter, ready to kick off. Kevin Shea, Andy Lacombe, Phil Robo here from Commerce Bank Field at Foley Stadium. It was 16-8 Wachusett at the half. It is still 16-8 Wachusett. Vassar, 10 carries for 46 yards for Doherty. Chris Schoen, 7 of 16 for 104 yards and a touchdown at quarterback for the Highlanders. Durkin on the other side, 11 carries, 65 yards. Brewers got 10 carries for 54 for Wachusett, and Henderson, 8 for 22. What we would expect of a Mike Dubzinski coach team. Spread it around, 3 guys all effective. Flag flies. Schoen is dropped for a sack, and we'll see who this one is on.
Well, they didn't blow it dead, so maybe it's offsides.
Aiden Tomaszewski was the man who came in there for the sack, but you would think, as you mentioned, the fact that they were letting it go, free play style, that it would be on the defense. Yep.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty.
All right, so some free yards for The offense for the Highlanders.
Terry Wallace, former head coach at Shrewsbury High School, won a Super Bowl with the Colonials.
He's getting more airtime tonight than he's going to get on Saturday when he does the game with us.
Terry is a Doherty alum, led him to a Super Bowl here as a quarterback. Ralph Raymond, the great Olympic softball coach, was the football coach at Doherty back in Terry's day. He was a great football coach. You and Terry will be calling the game, Tantasco-Westboro on Saturday. Schoen shovels it to Vassar. Vassar caught in the backfield, makes two men miss, now takes off on the sideline. Vassar's got a first down and more. Vassar bumped out of bounds at the 38-yard line. You talk about taking a play that looked like it was going to go for a loss of 7, 10,
yes,
and he turns it into a 15-yard gain.
Unsure how, other than just God-given talent. And look at this. Wow. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Just a heck of a play and good speed to the outside. And, you know, good credit to Tyler Hearn for running him out of bounds, taking a pretty good angle on him there, because I tell you, my ankles were breaking just looking at it.
It is good team defense, and that's what you need in order to stop Vassar. It's not going to be one guy. It's got to be everyone taking the right angles and everyone anticipating that he's going to get free. You can never say, all right, well, that guy's there, he's going to tackle him. You always have to anticipate that he's going to get by a guy and never give up.
Yeah. Well, Philadark was still not back into the game offensively. He's walking gingerly on the sideline. Mike Opong hasn't returned. They've lost a couple of their offensive weapons here, but still so many left.
Vassar hit and stuck at the line of scrimmage, and Vassar squirts through, and yards after contact, picked up 4 yards after contact. He was smacked.
Yeah, not sure how he got away from Thomas Eske. He came in and put a lick on him here. Vassar's got this great little spin in his game. Oh, look at, where is he?
Wow.
Spins away. Fun to watch. A lot of fun to watch.
He's going to sleep well tonight. He's going to be sore tomorrow. 9:33 and counting remaining here in the ball game. 16-8. Wachusett with the lead. Doherty with the ball right at midfield. 1st and 10 for the Highlanders. Shown to throw. Has time. Going deep for Vassar.
Oh
caught. Vassar foot race to the end zone. You will not catch him. 50-yard touchdown pass. Shown to Vassar. And they're a 2-point conversion away from tying it up.
Delivery. Right on the money. This ball's up in the air a little ways, Kev, and the speed of Vassar runs under it. It was pretty to watch from up top.
Wow, 2-point conversion right now, so important. It's a 16-14 game. Doherty can tie it up with the 2. Schoen bringing the play into his team. You got to look for number 5, Tejon Vassar, whether he's running or throwing the football, or running or going out to catch a pass. Vassar's back deep to receive. They got a lineman. Chris Yaboa is the lead blocker. Yaboa barrels through, and Vassar's in his hip pocket and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, we're all tied up at 16. 8-play drive, covered 92 yards, took 3 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock.
You got it. Who else is playing tonight?
Wow.
Wow.
This is the game to watch. This is it. Schoen and Vassar. Man, that was pretty. Vassar, Schoen rather just, you mentioned a great ball, and what I love about it is he puts a lot of air under it and just let Vassar run under it.
Look at, he's tired, man. He is exhausted. This is it. This ball is nice, loft up over the middle, and Vassar just explodes to it, almost completely in stride. Maybe took a hair off a little bit. He's just too fast. Flies to the end zone. That is going to be tough.
Wachusett's going to look at this
for
and
anyone
they see that block up top. There was a little collar.
Yeah.
They're going to say, oh, wait a minute.
Might not like that one.
Man, is he a great player, though? Wow. Vassar, and he's a junior. I mean, all this, and he's just a junior. He is a human highlight film. Here's the kick, and Henderson's got it. Henderson 25, Henderson 30. Henderson across the 30, across the 40, down to the 42-yard line. 21-yard return from Jazon Henderson.
Here's another look. Keeps his eye on it, and then accelerates after the catch. All the credit in the world to Wachusett defender Walsh trying to keep up there. That's a heck of a play. Nice job. They've been trying to hit that one tonight. They get it.
Vassar's got 4 catches for 106 yards tonight.
Timeout was taken by the Doherty defense. Connor Brisnett came over and called a smart timeout. They had a 12th man on the field. He picked it up, called timeout.
Coach's nephew right there. Smart play. There's Sean Mulcahy. One of the great coaches and just great people in the game of high school football.
With a newer coat.
Yeah.
He's got the sweatshirt too. Maybe, I don't know, that he typically brings out too. Maybe he got a new sweatshirt this year too.
Doherty front 7 right there as they bow up and turn that play back. Connor Bisnett was the one right there, and Bisnett's playing against a lot of his buddies, a lot of kids that he grew up and went to elementary school with and went to middle school with and played football with a lot of these guys on the middle school football team at Wachusett.
Do you know that
he's going up and
do you know
taking
that
them
of
on?
All the Friday Night Frenzy pregame speeches we've ever aired, the one my mom remembers over and over again is Sean Mulcahy, if you're a playmaker, stand up.
You know who loves that one too? Mike Marcy, our boss. That's Payson with a great defense, knocks it away. And if we can get, I don't know, we can get a shot of our boss, Mike Marcy, our general manager. But you're right, that's the one that he remembers all the time.
If you're an excuse maker, sit down.
If you're a playmaker, stand up. He was talking about it today, Mike Marcy. Somewhere he's out here looking like Angus Young. He's got the shorts on. He's got a dress shirt and tie. There he is. He's got the parabolic mic.
I mean, all right.
For those about to rock,
he's gonna change out of the suit pants, but I think you gotta change out of the shirt and tie.
Yeah, you gotta wear one of the old Man of the Match t-shirts maybe. Bring back the Man of the Match t-shirts.
Brady's got a few, I think, hanging around.
Whoops.
Oh, look at this. Broken play. And
whoa,
he did. I think he thought about getting rid of it, and he didn't.
And that is Connor Bisnett right there bowing up. He is loving it, but I'll tell you what, Shabo did a nice job to hold on to the football.
Yeah, he sure did.
I'm looking at this saying, uh-oh, he's going to lose the football on this one.
This just didn't work out. I don't know if that's some sort of...
Look at Bisnett.
Look at it. It looked like he was looking to pitch that, and he tucks it away because the Highlanders were coming.
Yeah, Yaboa was in on that one. That was 4 or 5 guys. That was a jailbreak.
So late run in. The Mountaineers have to get this one off.
So Wachusett's going to punt this one away. Noah Waterman going back to receive for Doherty. That's a good punt. Waterman lets it hit. It takes a Wachusett bounce. Now he's got to get away from it. It gets all the way down around the 30-yard line. A 42-yard punt. Beauty of a punt.
I tell you, the punter's having a day for Wachusett. Pinning Doherty, his last punt.
Yeah, that's Kyle Wall. He's a junior, and he just boomed that one. 42-yard punt. That's a huge punt in this game. Tie game with 7:20 left, and you're standing around your own 20, 15-yard line. Bangs that one out. Well, this is the time around this time of game where depth becomes an issue. Here's Vassar. Vassar gets to the outside. Boy, is he ever so quick. Stop and start on a dime. And he's close to another Doherty first down. He's got it. He's got a Doherty first down out over the 40-yard line, right at the 40-yard line.
You know, and he's stretching before the huddle. He's stretching, getting an extra stretch in, and
he's
then
limping now.
You know, and
he cramped up.
He's battling it. There's no question about it. Love the blocks on the exterior by these receivers for Doherty.
And that's starting and stopping. If you got cramping issues, that's going to aggravate it every time. He's down again. It's a cramping issue. He tried and tried, as you said. He was stretching in the huddle right up until the play.
You know, and a cramp is painful.
You're right.
It is. It does not feel good. You need relief quick.
Yeah.
But it is the story of early season football.
Yep.
You know, you see it year in and year out. The weather is cooler, as you mentioned, but
it's a hydrate issue.
It was hot earlier this week. Sean Grady and I were out at Westboro and talking to the Rangers, and they were doing conditioning in maybe the hottest day of the week. Tuesday is 85, 86 degrees. They were out there, and they're going to get Vassar off the field. You know, it seems like whatever happens, no matter what happens, our Thursday night live game where we have to like run back to do sports from the studio is always the longest game of the season, high school-wise. And we're approaching the 9 o'clock hour time-wise. Make things interesting.
Wachusett showing blitz. Doherty going straight ahead, some straight ahead running from the Highlanders.
Yeah, and that is Finbar Courtney.
Yeah, he's seen his first touch of the game.
Well, he
was the best JV back last year.
He had the touch on the fake punt effort in the first quarter. It went to Finbar.
Reminds Sean Mulcahy a lot of Jack Mulhern, one of the all-time great characters in Doherty football history. Jack Mulhern was awesome. He was like Jack Lambert.
Yeah.
He was a throwback, man. He was intense.
Yeah, we like him a
lot. Oh, we love Jack Mulhern. Finbar Courtney reminds Sean Mulcahy a lot of Jack Mulhern. And here's Finbar Courtney again. Courtney going straight ahead, and this is where you get that, you're talking depth now. You have a guy, Courtney, who comes in and was your best back at the JV level last year. And he's asked to carry the load here in a crucial part of the game. Fourth quarter tied up.
Yeah, they're bringing Jose Robles in now. He's another powerful runner. 33 just checked in.
He tore his ACL last year. He would have got a lot of varsity time last year and missed almost the whole season with the torn ACL, but worked extremely hard to get back. And the coaches are so proud of his efforts, just the work he put in to get back on the field. Robles is the fullback. Courtney and Schoen is going to be dropped for a sack. And it's Tyler Hearn, the linebacker, who stayed right with it.
Yep, nice effort from Schoen to try to get away, but Hearn's had a nice game on the outside. Holds his spot. And look at him, he's right on top of the quarterback. Fired up over there in the green and white. That's a big play. 5 minutes now closing in, and Wachusett gets a chance.
Hearn, the captain of the lacrosse team. Wachusett should get good field position too. This one hits and takes a Doherty bounce. This is a great punt. Now we've seen two real good punts. Shown with an outstanding punt for Doherty. It's a 46-yard punt with no return, and the Wachusett offense will take over at their own 16-yard line.
Not going to give it to him. You know, you're going to have to earn it. Somebody needs to earn this final 5 minutes.
Yep.
The defenses are working their backs off to really just make plays, play after play after play. When you think one of the teams has the edge, the other team's defense comes up and makes a play.
So here comes Melky Szabo and the Wachusett offense. And they're going straight ahead on first down. And it's a first down run by Durkin. Now he's just going to be a yard short. Durkin going straight ahead, good pad level there. Keeping it low and driving his legs after contact.
Wachusett can move some guys in and out of there. You know, they've done well with their depth in their running back position as well. Durkin's had some big carries, and Brewer's had some nice touches as well. He's back there too.
Straight ahead again. This is a first down for Wachusett.
That's Brewer.
Out to the 29-yard line.
You know, Wachusett, year in and year out, even when they had guys like Matt Pedoni and guys that really racked up a lot of yards, they always had a second back or a third back. You know, they could hit you. There were years where you'd have two guys with over 100 yards in a game for Wachusett in that backfield. They usually aren't limited to just one featured guy. 2 to 3 guys that can really hurt you back there.
And here comes the Doherty front seven. Bowing up on first down. No gain on the carry.
Hey, Yeboah is something else,
man. Beast, isn't he? He is an absolute beast in there.
Chris Yeboah. You know, again, Sean Mulcahy was excited about what he could do, and he's lived up to the expectations that we had just from a phone call and meeting with the coach.
Kevin Mensah's younger brother, Kevin Mensah over at UConn, had a great high school career here in Central Massachusetts, playing with the Huskies now. Henderson picks up a yard. It'll bring up 3rd down and 8. So a big play here for both sides of the ball.
Yeah, if you're Wachusett, you don't want to give Doherty the ball back.
No.
Because they have that one strike potential. If you're Wachusett, you want to hold this ball to the end of the game and preferably kick a field goal or punch it in to win it. Don't allow Schoen and Vassar to beat you through the air.
This has been a great game. It's one of the games Sean Mulcahy said we have got to win.
Here comes a timeout.
A game where we're not favored, or one of those games where people say, well, it's Doherty, they're not going to win. He said, I put it on the kids and told them all week, you got to win a game that you're not expected to win. This is one of those games. If you want to be a great team, you got to win a big game like this. Well, we're all knotted up right now with 2:44 to play. Philip Bedark was out there dancing. He's got no problems. He's dancing. He's fired up.
He's back. He's back there on the defensive side. Feeling good. Big play.
Melky Szabo is going to go from under center on 3rd and 8. Szabo to throw. 3-step drop. Looking inside. It is tipped and it is almost picked off.
Well,
he
fortunate.
Was looking for Barry Walsh on a little quick slant.
Fortunate that Walsh got a piece of that football. If he doesn't touch it, Doherty's got a chance to take it, intercept it, and go in. There was nobody on the other side of the field. Walsh technically knocks this away from the defender.
Yeah, you're right.
Because look, at sitting right there was Brunel with Yadam and Bisnet in front of him. That's it.
John Forson and Noah Waterman both back deep to receive from Doherty. So they wanted, this is one of those situations you want to catch the punt. Even if you fair catch it, you don't want to let it hit. When you get 2 guys back there, Waterman on the run, dangerous play. Hauls it in and gets to midfield, and he's thrown down by Sean McGeary. 25-yard punt. Waterman walking a tightrope as he makes that catch on the run with the defense, that punt team coming bearing down on him, running full steam. That's a lot of courage.
His coach
a lot
said
of courage.
Waterman had a tremendous preseason camp, really earned some time on the field and made the most of it there.
That is a lot of courage right there shown by the senior. 2:33 to play. Tie ball game, and again, going into the game, Doherty thought that they didn't have a kicker yet, and so they were going to be going for 2. So you'd think that they are thinking, okay, we got to score 6 here. That it's not a situation of we're going to get close and try for a field goal. Now, if you have to, you have to. But just looking at what they'd be looking to do, Vassar on first down picks up 8 yards. Again, Vassar's battled cramps here the whole second half, and he continues to limp out there.
Yeah.
Doherty really needs him. As this clock winds down, we're at 2:05 to play, tied at 16. Schoen hands it off to Vassar again. Vassar short of the first down.
I think they're going to just try to win it on Vassar.
I think so too. Put it on the line up front. One of the strengths of this Doherty team, a veteran line. A line that has varsity experience and also has a lot of size and a lot of strength. Talking to one of the teams that Doherty scrimmaged in the preseason, and one of the coaches said, man, this Doherty team is strong. They are tough and they are strong. Here's Vassar. Vassar stayed on his feet, but he's going to be just short of the first down. Now, where he was initially hit and was going down, he would have been about 2 yards short.
Yeah, nice job. I think Sam Brewer got in there at the end, but they just stop him shy. Here's a big decision. Do you give Wachusett a short field?
I think if you're going to go for it, let's see, who stopped the clock? I think if they're going to go for it, you'd let the clock run all the way down and take a timeout right at the end and then go for it. You know, Terry Wallace wants to go for it.
Well, while we get a minute, I want to thank Charter Spectrum techs Andy Bolduck and Jeff Ruderman for just helping us out. Part of the great picture, part of the reason we're able to bring you the game is because of the great technical support we receive from these gentlemen and from the city of Worcester, the public schools helping us out with a camera position tonight too, which is a little different.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's Joe Pascalis' camera down there.
I think it's this camera that you're seeing right now.
Yep.
Is being shot from the back of a pickup truck.
We want to thank Dave Shea as well, too, the athletic director for the Worcester Public Schools. Does a phenomenal job. He logged the number of hours that he works. He's probably working for about $2 an hour because he's working 7 days a week and here in his office at 7:30 in the morning and here till 9, 10 o'clock, you know, the last one to leave the building at night. It's a thankless job because you generally, all you hear is complaints. But Dave, you do a tremendous job. And wish him a happy birthday, too. He celebrated a birthday last week, as did Aaron Bisnett. Both celebrating birthdays on the same day. Here we go, big fourth down. They hand it to Vassar. Vassar has the first down for Doherty. He's inside the 40. It'll be a first down for the Highlanders with 47 seconds to play.
Man, they went heavy there. It looked like they had 15 linemen on the field. They just pounded it through.
They've been using Yeboah a little bit as a battering ram in the backfield at 6'1", 270. Imagine being a linebacker and trying to take him on.
No. Every lineman wants to be a running back, so it's always a good position to be in.
Vassar, 18 carries for 87 yards, including Connor Bisnett, who Sean Mulcahy told us when he came to me, he was thinking a quarterback and a running back, and he said, I had to tell him, listen,
not so
those
fast.
Dreams are over now for you being a quarterback or a running back. You're a lineman, embrace it. He said he really has embraced it, and he's grown to love being a lineman.
Genetics led him to the line.
Those are Sean's words.
Yes.
Before anyone thinks anyone's taking shots at anyone. Those are Coach Mulcahy's words and Uncle Mulcahy's words. 47 seconds to play. Tied up, 16 apiece. Here you go. If you just joined us, where you been? 16-8 at the half, Wachusett. Doherty scored in the second half, got the 2-point conversion to tie it. Here's Vassar. Tejon Vassar, the junior, has been spectacular. Shakes loose, gets into the secondary, and steps out of bounds, stopping the clock at the 22-yard line with 39.5 seconds to play. Vassar is lightning in a bottle.
Look at 4 white jerseys around him, and he's able to somehow escape and then get to the outside. Now, no kicking game. I mean, changes things here. 39 seconds left.
We do have some tall receivers.
I don't know how many more runs you can afford.
They're going to hand it off to Vassar again. Vassar this time dropped after a short pickup. Down to the 19-yard line. They'll call timeout.
I think they got a face mask flag against Wachusett.
Personal foul, face masking.
Yes.
Automatic.
Ooh, is it a 15-yarder or
It
is it a 5-yarder?
It's an automatic first down. They're going to march this one all the way down. Now it's inside the 20. I don't know if it'll be half the distance penalty. Yep, right there at the 10.
Here, get a second look at it. There it is. There's the fate. Yeah, it spun his head. So now there's the timeout. Doherty is at the 9-yard line.
Oh, man.
Woo! The drama
34 seconds.
unfolding.
This one goes to overtime. There's no sports tonight in the 10 o'clock
not.
show.
There's not. We just do an 11 o'clock sports.
Good night, Irene.
Yep. As it is, it'll be a tough run getting back there.
We might need Mark Sawyer.
Yeah, you're right.
To open some lanes for us.
Give us an escort
to get out of here.
34 seconds to play. First and goal for Doherty at the 9-yard line of Wachusett. Tied up 16 apiece. What a way to kick off the 2017 high school football season here in central Massachusetts.
10
Wachusett,
yards.
191 yards of offense. Doherty, 243 yards of offense. Doherty with 12 first downs. Wachusett with 10, but it all comes down to this. Here comes the Mountaineers on the blitz. Vassar gets through, squirts down to the 5-yard line. And they call a timeout with 29 seconds to play.
Well, you can run in these situations when you have timeouts.
Yep.
You can run in these situations if you have veterans in your play calling department, your quarterback and your skill guys that can kind of manage the clock. But 5 extra yards up, 29 seconds left.
Vassar, 109 yards rushing, 106 yards receiving. How is that for an opening game? Wow, 100 yards receiving, 100 yards rushing.
He can do it all except hit a golf ball.
Yep. Incredible, incredible night for Tejan Vassar, who is just a junior. Brother was a great player here, went on to Bucknell. Great student, too. His brother was a phenomenal student. Got an academic scholarship to Bucknell.
Ike McBride of the Boys and Girls Club calls his older brother a future mayor of Worcester.
And the Doherty staff says the same thing.
Yeah.
They say the same thing, that he is going to be the mayor of Worcester. Some last-minute adjustments here for Doherty. Schoen's from the shotgun. Schoen looks to his right, has time, rolls to his right, fires to the end zone, incomplete. Was looking for a Darkwa. He went up for it, and it was batted away. Great defense from the Mountaineers.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a jump ball situation or he was just trying to get that one out of the back of the end zone. Either way, it was a little too close. Only thing that can hurt you is a turnover.
So Terry Wallace and his quarterback, Chris Schoen, conversing. What do they have? 23.2 seconds to play. It is 3rd and goal. Again, Sean Mulcahy telling us that they don't have a kicker, so it could be 4-down territory for Doherty. It could be that they just, I mean, Vassar's done everything else. Maybe they just try to let him kick it. Flag flies.
I think they took too much time.
David Adark with a sophomore. They got in there, wide receiver. He's 6'3", he's a big body.
Offense number 18, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Well, you know, 5 yards isn't a big deal if it's a passing situation. It gives you a little bit more room to, you know, thread it through somewhere, but
yeah, Paul Yidam's coming back into the game, and Noah Waterman as well for Doherty.
It probably takes away the run option here.
Herman Achampong's coming into the game. So personnel shifting here, but let's see, Chris Schoen, now they're at the 10, and you got to get it going. You got to get everyone set and get it going here. You got to play with a little bit of sense of urgency. 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. Wachusett showing blitz. Schoen fires underneath. It is deflected, incomplete. Sensational defense from Wachusett and the linebacker, Jake Nadeau. Nadeau dropped read the quarterback's eyes and broke when he started to open his hips up to throw. This is great defense.
Yeah, really not much more to say than that. He just kind of, oh man, that's the second one that he almost took away, and there's a lot of green space in front of him. And this is it. This is 4th down. 19 seconds to play. You turn it over here, we're going to overtime.
Well, I'll just do it all myself.
This is it.
Here we go, shown with 4 wide receivers. 2 to the top of the screen, 2 to the bottom of the screen. 4th and goal. Throws to the end zone, it's intercepted.
Wait a minute.
Nato got it, he's got some room to run. Nato across the 40, across midfield, and dropped at the 42-yard line of Doherty. What a play by Jack Nato. Nato picks it off and lugs the mail 56 yards. And now, Wachusett will have one last shot at it.
Oh, almost got it a minute ago. Jake gets it this time, almost identical.
Look at the speed
and
from
if it's
Nato.
not for Herman Achampong, he may still be going.
He would have scored if not for Achampong. That's a sensational play.
He could have run through the end zone onto the bus and back to Holden with a win.
59-yard return.
Now listen, he's got the arm. Shabo's got the arm to fling this.
And now you look at number 8, Liam Griffin is the guy. You're gonna throw it up to Liam Griffin. Big, tall, strong, athletic kid. Great basketball player. Let him go up and try to make a play on it. And again, the game and the half can't end on a defensive penalty. So you're throwing it up high. Maybe your guy catches it. Maybe you get a pass interference. That's what you're seeing here.
I'll tell you. Well, yeah, if you can get a pass interference call at this stage in the game on a Hail Mary, well, then you've done your work in the preseason on the officials anyway.
We'll see. Melky Shabo making his first varsity start. Has played very well here tonight for Wachusett. He's going to have one last crack at it here in regulation. Liam Griffin, number 8. You'd think that's the guy he's going to, but Shabo is sacked, so the Doherty defense comes up big. And it's Sam Dua who comes up with the sack as time expires. We are going to overtime. What a game, what a way to kick off the 2017 high school season. Wachusett and Doherty going to overtime at the General's Den.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much just fitting that it ends this way in regulation. Dua coming through. I'll tell you, the front 7 for Doherty's done a heck of a job. What do we got here? We have a coaches meeting to determine the overtime.
Yep.
Are they the ones flipping the coins here? The captains came out late. There seems to be some discussion over what the call was.
Let's see. Here we go. I think, did he say we're on defense first?
I think that's what you want.
Yeah.
You want to be on defense first.
Then you see
situation.
what you have to do.
I don't know if Mike Dovzinski thought he had the heads/tails call and didn't get the official didn't get what he called. I don't know, but there was some discussion there. Wachusett's going to have the ball. 10-yard line. 4 shots to score first.
Megan Grady, the secretary of the sophomore class at Wachusett High School, is watching at home. We want to say hello to Megan Grady. We heard that she's got all her homework done, got it done early so she could watch the game. critique her dad's work. Here you go. So you got 4 shots from the 10-yard line for Wachusett. Chabot. 3 running back set. Gives it to Durkin. Durkin stiff arms a man and is dropped for a 2-yard loss. It's John Forson who comes up big for that Doherty defense. A great open field tackle.
Yeah, good pursuit all the way through from the Doherty defense. See Forson, number 1, he's going to shuck the block and then fight off the stiff arm.
That's a clinic in leverage right there. How you take the block on, maintain your leverage.
Yeah, and yards have been difficult to come by on the outside, on the edges for Wachusett. They've been getting a lot of their yardage right up the middle of the field.
Play action. Chabot throwing to the end zone, and the receiver fell down.
They're not happy about it, but I think they locked legs.
Yeah, Griffin
kind of ran through each other.
Tangled up there with the defender.
It's a tough one for a receiver, but you know, when there's no hands involved, it's not going to draw a penalty.
We are in overtime if you're just tuning in.
And the edge in this situation is the team that has the kicker that's made the kicks. No kicker for Doherty. Wachusett has a kicker, albeit a new one.
3rd down and goal for Wachusett from the 14. Here's Brewer. Brewer's got a lot of room. Brewer's into the end zone for the touchdown. Brewer going straight up the gut. Sam Brewer with a nose for the end zone. He gets 6. And the Mountaineers strike in overtime on their first possession.
Wow. That was as explosive as we've seen. Brewer, the power back. They're bringing the quarterback back out here. I don't think they're going to kick. I think the thought process is Doherty probably goes for 2 if they score. Playing the percentages.
Right here. Chabot with an I formation. Now they're going to call for the timeout. It's Brewer and Durkin in the backfield.
Look where Mike Dubzinski is.
He wanted to make sure that he got that timeout.
He's on the hash mark. He came out.
22-16. In overtime, Wachusett got the ball first here in overtime. They score on 3rd and goal from the 13. Sam Brewer taking it all the way in for the touchdown. Now they'll go for the 2-point conversion.
He just kind of tucks his way in, gets some blocks. The wall was set up right up the middle, and Brewer just found his way in. You can hear Sean Mulcahy in his huddle. Stop him right here. We're going to score and get 2. It's a big play.
Yep.
Has every timeout been used tonight? I mean, I think so.
I think so.
We've used quite a few.
Nothing left in the holster.
Yeah, you can't take them with you.
No bullets left in the chamber tonight. Everything's been thrown out there. 9:25 tonight. This has been a great football games. In overtime right now, 22-16. Wachusett leads in overtime. They're going for 2 points here. Brewer, it's Durkin following Brewer. He's close. And let's see, Wachusett says he got in, and Doherty says no, they stood him up and kept him out. A late call, no good. No good, so the Doherty defense holds on the 2-point conversion, but they still have to get in the end zone here to tie it up and then try to get 2 for the win.
Here's a look from the end zone. Tough to tell on that side.
We need those cameras in this thing like the NFL.
Maroney.
You can hear Maroney's one of the best. Yeah, one of the linesmen here, the side judges.
What we could tell from that camera shot is that Jamie Reynolds has a finely sculpted haircut. You know, not a hair out of place on Reynolds after a full game. Yep. That's
He's
basically
sharp.
what we saw was Reynolds' head.
Sharp. So here you go. Now it's Doherty. 1st and goal from the 10. Here's Vassar on a straight pitch. Vassar swallowed up after a 2-yard gain. Matt Crivady in on the tackle for Wachusett. And let's see, Doherty shifting a lot of personnel. A couple linemen coming out, receiver coming out.
Yeah, I'd say this is the small, quick package right here.
3 receivers to the top of the screen. 1 to the bottom. Schoen is out of the shotgun with Vassar. Hands it off to Vassar. Vassar is into the end zone for the touchdown, and we're all tied up. 22 apiece. Tejan Vassar with the touchdown, and now it all comes down to the 2-point conversion. Do we play on or do we end it here?
Sean Mulcahy said, guys, we're going to stop them with a 2-point conversion. We're going to score and win it. And can his offense do it right here?
Here you go. This is for the ball game. 22 all.
Yeboah's in the backfield. They're going power.
Vassar gets the call, and he's dropped in the backfield. The Wachusett defense is held, and we're going to a second overtime. Zach Van Dale just busted through and with a great short-handed tackle.
Wow. Well, you knew what was coming. They were going power up the gut. Van Dale came in from the back end. And
let's play a second overtime.
Hey, let's keep going.
That's great.
Oh,
that is great defense.
Wachusett had it. They were coming.
Yeah, Tyler Hearn came in there too, the linebacker. He was taking on Yeboah in the lead block.
They were all coming.
Here's a second look at that touchdown. Vassar gets good blocking up front. That was Chris Yeboah, who had a nice seal block on the tackle. And then Vassar is just so strong, so quick, nose for the end zone, always leaning forward, always going forward. Phil Robo, the best in the business, our statistician. So here's Doherty, second overtime. Here's Vassar on the sweep. Vassar caught in the backfield. Vassar eludes a couple. Vassar trying to get to the corner. Look out. Oh, he took a wrong turn. And he's run out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Great pursuit to the football by Wachusett.
Wachusett's defense is hungry right now. They are, the last 2 plays, they're just out hunting right now. They're going after the ball carrier. They see it as just attack the running back. Nato and Van Dale have been great. And then the big guy, Griffin. Yep, you're gonna, he just pursues him to the end line.
So that is a loss of 10. So it's second and goal from the 20. And you know all 11 guys on defense are focused on number 5 for Doherty. They are all looking at the guy in the fluorescent cleats, Tejan Vassar. Wherever he goes, they're going. That's the way this is going right now. Timeout. Why not? Second overtime.
I don't think I can drive fast enough to get back to the station.
We won't. Doherty and Wachusett. Tell Pam to re-rack the early sportscast and just
it's gonna
run a scroll, and we'll show a fresh one at 11. Full moon fever here, as Tom Petty would say. Here at the General's Den, Commerce Bank Field at Foley Stadium.
This is wild.
This is great, isn't it?
It's just, I'm not even missing another game on TV right now.
Woo. No, me either.
This has been good stuff.
No, me either. I'll tell you.
We don't know this guy's just a Martian.
Phil was checking in on the score a little bit on his game, and I wasn't even thinking about it. This game has been awesome. It's been awesome. What a way to kick off the 2017 high school football season on Charter TV3. Doherty Wachusett going into 2 overtimes. We got the Frenzy tomorrow, full slate of high school and college games. And then we got another high school game on Saturday. Tantascwa and Westboro at 7 o'clock right here on Charter TV3. You're home for Central Mass football. Shown to throw. pump fake. Under pressure, hit, and he fumbles. Faking, scoop, and score. Wachusett's off to the races. Look out. This'll be for the win. And the Mountaineers take it the distance. Sam Brewer. Scoop and score. Brewer goes the distance on the fumble recovery, and Wachusett wins it in dramatic fashion in 2 overtimes. 28-22. What a game.
Wow. I mean, what more can you say? Brewer has the touchdown in overtime. The defensive play, the linebackers really stepped up. Last 3 plays defensively, Wachusett, and made this thing happen. My goodness.
Wow.
Little pump fake, and then the heat coming from the backside. He fooled them for a second, and then a big-time stick. And Brewer picks it up and goes. Sean McGarry with the hit. That sprung him, and it's a walk-off win.
Wow.
At the General's Den.
He was flying. It's going to be a happy bus ride all the way back to Holden. They will be celebrating this one. What a win for Wachusett. What a game. What a way to kick it off. Wachusett wins it 28-22 in 2 overtimes. We got the Frenzy tomorrow night at 10:25, and then we got Tantascwa and Westboro Saturday night at 7 p.m. For our producer-director Sean Grady, statistician Phil Robo, Andy Lacombe, and our entire Charter TV3 crew, I'm Kevin Shea. Thanks for watching, everyone. So long from Commerce Bank Field and Foley Stadium. Wachusett, a winner tonight in 2 overtimes.